We're speaking to Captain John Mead, who's the Chief Operating Officer and Director of M3 Marine Group, a company that provides shipbroking services and marine expertise to the offshore industry. John, the LNG sector in Australia is looking particularly bright. How will this affect the offshore sector?
Well, you're correct. The LNG developments in Australia that are presently underway and are forecast for the future are looking very bright. Almost all of this LNG is locked away offshore, so it needs to be developed by offshore platforms, pipelines, subsea manifolds, wellheads, and to support all of this infrastructure we need offshore support vessels. At the present moment in Australia, in the offshore sector, there are about 165 vessels in operation. My prediction moving forward, if these LNG developments are approved, would be to possibly treble that amount of vessels.
How long do you expect this activity to be sustained?
Well, in reality, I mean, we have the massive Gorgon project underway and being built. We have the Pluto project, which comes online next year. We also have some mega projects such as Wheatstone and the floating LNG at Prelude. I see activity in this sector being sustained for the next 40 or 50 years. Supply contracts are already being signed by major buyers in Japan for 25 years against the Gorgon project alone. So 40 or 50 years is not an unreasonable time frame for sustained activity in this sector.
Each geographic area presents its own set of problems. What are the challenges to operating vessels in Australia?
By far, probably the biggest challenge in Australia is managing the workforce, both in terms of industrial relations and the number of able workers that there are in Australia. At the moment, for offshore support vessel operations, we are more or less 100% saturated in terms that it's full employment for seafarers in Australia. And as we move forward, Australia needs to look very closely at how we are going to be able to grow the manning of the offshore support sector via training or possibly even immigration to fill the gaps. If without that, the prospects to sustain and grow these mega projects moving forward will mean that everything just gets pushed back and the activity will not progress as quick as it could do.